What is up, gamers? Roblox TV. And first and foremost, I want to thank every single one of you for getting me to over 900 subscribers. This is a milestone I thought I'd never hit. And is it possible to hit the next milestone of 1,000,000, the small YouTube milestone that is forever important for YouTubers? That is a milestone I thought I'd never hit. I never thought I would hit 100 subscribers, but thank you guys so much for over 900 subscribers. Today we're talking about a series of text messages I've received over the past couple months from different numbers. This only happened about 3 times, but it's really interesting. I want to know if anyone else is going through this. It seems like a scam because they all end the same, which we'll go over the text in the video. But it's one of the weirdest kind of scam-ish things I've ever experienced. A lot of times you get texts where people are trying to get your social security number, people are trying to fake as a bank. You know, I get a lot of times where it's a postage thing where people are like, we have your package, just, you know, you have to pay us money, you know, there's a shipping fee to get your package. And it's like, you know, like, how does that work on people, right? If you're delivering a package and you get this random Filipino number, right, a number from the Philippines with like plus 41, what do you expect? But these numbers have all been like kind of weird area codes. Like, I think the last one was Toronto. And they kind of say like, oh, we're from Manhattan. They use New York as it. So this is a text from this one.
So she starts out with like, got him over to talk to me. Like, hey, who is this? And it's like, says, Serena, tonight I'm going to cook your favorite Chinese dish. Would you like to come over and try it? I'm like, oh, I don't know who this number is, but I love Chinese food. So heck yeah, I'd love to try it. Like, you know, how do you know my favorite Chinese dish? She's like, excuse me, are you my friend Sophia? You know, like, sadly not, but I love some Chinese food. It's like, sorry, my first phone is charging, so I entered this number from memory. I hope it don't bother you. And, you know, this is how they normally start out. This is how they get you. They ask, like, a random question. The last one was, you want to go golfing? This one is, do you want to eat some Chinese food?
I'll go over it. Yeah, I mean, they always start with a very simple, like, you know, what is this? And I'm an unemployed 23-year-old, so I'm with over 1,000 job applications out there. So whenever I get a text from a random number, I get excited because I'm like, oh my God, did someone finally? Am I not ghosted finally? After all these months of hassle, after redoing my resume 20 times, after making 1,000 cover letters, have I finally been contacted by a job? The job fairy came and gave me a job? No, it's another one of these stupid scam things. But they're only scam like scams. All right, this seems nice, right? It's like, oh, sorry, wrong number. My bad. I thought you were Sophia. Sorry about that, but, the next text messages are like this, like, hey, you want to ever come to Manhattan, if you ever find yourself in New York, I'll make you the Chinese food. You're welcome. I'll do you a favor. And the next text is just absolutely like what I expect, because I kind of go along with these because I'm unemployed and have nothing fucking to do all day. So, this is my fun entertainment for the day, right? This is my social interaction for the day as a, someone who's inside all day playing video games. So, this is the next couple texts right here.
So I responded with no problem. Have a great rest of your day. And she says, oh, thank you for your kindness. It's rare to find this type of people in America these days. Where are you from? Also, the same goes for you. If you ever have the chance to come to Manhattan, I'll treat you to Chinese food. I'm like, oh, thanks, but I'm in Tennessee, pretty far from Manhattan. And she's like, oh, I said it's a beautiful place, which it is. It's a bit far, but next time you come to New York, I can guide you and show you around. I'm Serena. I'm 38 years old. How about you? Thank you very much. I'm 23. And then bing, bom, boom, left hook. At your age, you're young and quick-witted. What do you think about gold options?
And then just, she hits you with the out of the blue, left, right, boom. She hits you with, do you know anything about shorting gold? Now, the last time this happened, it was very similar. It was a thing where instead of Chinese food, cooking Chinese food for you, it was like, hey, are you down to go golfing tomorrow or something like that? Like, I have Miss Cattlehand's number. If you want to go golfing, this is me from the golf course. How you doing? And it's like, oh, sorry, this is the wrong number. I hope you have a great day. And then I hit you with, oh, thank you so much. And then like, oh, how old are you? What's your name? What's your gender? Like all this stuff. And the last one was shorting crypto, was shorting Bitcoin. But instead of shorting gold, this one was shorting Bitcoin. Then she sent me some screenshots, which from her thing, which didn't make any sense. Like Bitcoin went up 50 cents and she made like $3,000, which I really don't know a lot about shorting crypto. But that doesn't really make that much sense to me. She did a lot more. The last one had a lot more text than this. This one kind of ended early. She kind of got straight to the point. Here's a couple more texts.
So leading up to this conversation, she's pretty much asking, like, what's your name? What's your job? What do you study in school? I gave her my fake name, Austin. And she pretty much says, well, you know, are you interested in making some money before? I'll ask, how do you usually pay your bills? And I'm a smart ass, and I say, with the money. She says, oh, if you don't have any source of income, how do you pay? And I say, do you own stocks, question mark? And that's the yes I'm replying to down. She says, smart people choose to invest and make money by using their brains, while only foolish people choose to make money through stable jobs. Do you agree? I said yes because I was explaining to do your own stocks. I don't think foolish people make money with stable jobs. I think, you know, more smart people do. And then she starts talking about, I trade in 30-second short-term options, including gold, stocks, and Bitcoin. I spend 30 minutes each day observing market conditions, collecting data, and performing calculations. And analysts, I trade ultra short terms options 3 to 4 times a week, profiting from both upward and downward price movements by calculating the potential gains. And blah, 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 blah. This way I don't have to worry about market downturns and can consistently achieve a profit of 20 to 40% each time. And I say, nice. He's like, are you familiar with short-term option trading, by the way? Also, tell you you're not interested. It's like, I have. By the way, this is my work phone. It's not convenient to chat here. But you can add me on WhatsApp. We can discuss there. And that's what all these do. They all get to a point where it's like, oh, I can't talk anymore. Join my WhatsApp, which is kind of crazy.
But yeah, I mean, she starts going into lingo, saying stuff. And as someone who is, 18, 20 during the looks maxing and crazy, COVID stage where everyone's trying to make a buck as fast as possible, drop shipping and stuff like that, I've definitely looked into stocks. I'm definitely someone into stocks. I've made, I own stocks. I'm invested in my money, right? As someone who has access to the internet and wants to improve. So I know about shorting gold. I have friends who've attempted to short. I've shorted gold before. So I'm not new to this thing. I know what's going on. Right? But it's just a weird, scamish text. They just start being like, this is my work cell. Same thing happened with the last one. We're like, this is my work cell. I can't talk here. I have to, do you have WhatsApp? Add me on WhatsApp. And I'm like, WhatsApp? Why do you want to talk on WhatsApp? Do you have minutes? Are minutes still a thing? Why can you not text me? Right? Are you out of data? Can you not text someone? Right? WhatsApp? And they send you a WhatsApp number and it's like, oh, sorry, I don't have WhatsApp. I try to extend it. And they're like, oh, well, we can't continue talking. So it's kind of a short one, honestly. Not that big of a deal. But it's honestly got me to question is, what are they trying to scam me out of? Maybe that's a bad mindset because of in society today. Whenever they wrong number text like that, a lot of times you get these posted numbers and these people trying to steal your credit card information and stuff like that. Those are kind of like spam stuff you get. But these are just kind of really interesting because it seems like they're coming off of a front of trying to help you out. Trying like, oh, you have a job. How do you, I'm unemployed. They're like, oh, how do you make money? I'm like, saving and investing. And they're like, oh, okay, well, have you tried shorting gold before? It can be really profitable. Buy my course. If you just give me, honestly, I'm going to do you a favor. If you just give me $5,000, I will, invest it for you, and then it's going to be tenfold, and it's gone, that kind of thing. So I just wonder if anyone else is getting these texts. If it's just me, what number? My number's all the way out there because I applied for 1,000 jobs. So those 1,000 jobs probably sold my number off to make hundreds of dollars off of me because they are, they don't treat us like humans. They just see us as assets and stuff like that. And I absolutely hate the job market at the moment. And I can go on and on, but. And the point is, it's kind of crazy how it doesn't happen that often. It's happened 3 times over the past, I think, 5 months. But it's just kind of it's a really interesting way of kind of like scamming. It's like, oh, wrong number. Have you tried shorting crypto? Have you tried shorting gold? Kind of stuff like that. And let's talk more on, this is my work cell. Let's talk more on WhatsApp. Okay. I don't know why you can't tell me here. Was the government looking? Right? Like, what are you talking about? So I never do that on WhatsApp. WhatsApp, what's that?